Welcome to video 99 in series 3, and in this video I'm going to write the gun shoot script. Make a new script and call it gun shoot and open it up. Okay, I'll have a bunch of variables: private gun master, private transform, my transform, private transform, cam transform, private raycast hit, public float range, and I'll give it a default value of 400, so this is how far the gun can shoot, and it's basically the raycast. Private float offset factor, and I'll give that a value of 7, and private vector3 start position. And these two variables here, offset factor and start position, are about giving a random point origin for the raycast, to simulate when the player is running or walking or standing still. I won't need start and update. And I'll have two new methods, void open fire and void set start of shooting position. And it's going to take in a float, and I'm going to call that player speed. This will be supplied through an event which gets called by the dynamic crosshair script, which we'll write way later on. Okay, so for set initial references, gun master is get component, gun master, my transform is equal to transform, and cam transform is equal to my transform dot parent. I'll call that in on enable. So what is this cam transform? Let me just quickly show you. So underneath the player, you can see the assault rifle is attached to the first person character, which has a camera, and that's why I just call it the cam transform. And so it'll find that if it's on the player. If it's out in the general scene, it won't find that. It'll just refer to itself as the parent. But when it's picked up, the system disables the game object when it's picked up. And if the player selects it from their inventory, it'll become enabled, so the onEnable method will be called, and at that time then the cam transform will be correctly set to what it's supposed to be. And that cam transform, of course, is used as the origin for firing the raycast for shooting. Okay, so now gunmaster.eventPlayerInput, so this was called by the standard input script, plus equal open the fire. Oh, why am I saying call event? Wrong one. Event player input. My mistake. And then minus equal. That's better. And then gunmaster.event speed captured plus equal. And that has to be set start off shooting position. Okay. Let's put the negative sign there. Okay, coming down here, so I'll make a variable up, and I'll call it float offset is equal to player speed divided by offset factor. So the player speed can exceed 9 meters per second, as it is on the character controller. So you can imagine 9 divided by 7 gives something greater than a meter. So my point away from the center, the shooting radius can be basically more than a meter in radius. And of course, the slower the player is, then the smaller that radius is, and so the randomness of the shooting is less, so there's less spray. Okay, start position is going to equal a new vector3, which will be random.range minus offset, positive offset, so this is for x in the x axis, and also in y as well, so there should be a random value in x or y. So again, random.range minus offset and offset. And Z I'll just put as 1. This is going to become the transform point position pretty soon. So what this is going to do is cause the raycast to start some random position in X and Y, but exactly 1 meter from the rifle. Okay, I'll save that. Now coming here, if this was called, then I'll just, first of all, just put a debug.log. Open fire called if physics dot raycast. And what kind will it be? I'll have the origin, direction, out, and distance. Okay, so probably something like that. Oh, anyway, I'll just make it up as I go. So cam transform dot transform point. What point is that? It is the start position. So that's the position. And now I need the direction. So cam transform dot forward. And I think now I need the out hit. And then the range. Okay, so it hit something. Then gunmaster dot call event shot default. There we go. The hit position, so hit dot point and hit dot transform. Now I need to do another check. If hit dot transform dot compare tag, go to the references dot enemy tag. So if it's the enemy tag, debug dot shot enemy, and then gunmaster dot call event shot enemy hit dot point hit dot transform. So this means that the enemy hitboxes, they must have that tag on them, whatever this tag is, in the game manager references. So let's quickly have a look at that. Hopefully no errors. Good. Now let's have a look at the enemy. So let's go to the prefab, get the golem, just dragging him in for a bit, expand. First look at the hitbox. Okay, so he's untagged at the moment. So I'd better change that to enemy. And let's have a look. What about the collision field? Good, it's untagged and it's ignore raycast. Otherwise it'll block the raycast, which I definitely don't want. Now what about the head? So go to head. There we go. That's it. So this one too, set it as enemy, otherwise it won't get picked up. Collapse that, make sure to apply the prefab change. Go to the game manager, just double check other references. Good, it is that tag, enemy. So that is an important step. Make sure to do that. Coming back, now I need to attach the script. Gun shoot. Alright, so now I'll jump in and attempt to shoot at the golem. Okay, so open fire was called. Shot enemy, good. Open fire called. Shot enemy, excellent. So what else is being said? Open fire called. So each time I click the shoot, the open fire method gets called, and when I actually shoot the enemy, it in fact recognizes the enemy. Now let me clear that. Let me try to do a headshot. Oops, I don't think that was it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Did I get it? Yeah, I think I did get it. Oh well, it'll be a lot easier to see once we actually have damage. Then it'll become a lot more obvious. There's no actual spraying at the moment, so which means the shot is absolutely accurate. So it'll be later when we'll have that at the very end, actually. Okay, so that's good. So that's enough for this video. Let's keep on going onwards. So thanks for watching, and see you then.